Hello everybody and welcome back to another Planet Zoo video where today we are creating a habitat for a modded animal, that modded animal being the sea turtle. And I wanted to designate an area for a main viewing area and where the body of water is going to be. Created that with this path and then this habitat barrier. Let's take a closer look at the habitat barrier. One side we've got lovely tiles giving it like kind of like a swimming pool look. Turn it around on the other side, this is the viewing side where our guests will stand. Modern kind of look using plaster pieces, and then at night time we added some beautiful lights all around the edge to light it up in the night. And then it was time to dig out the where I wanted the main body of water, really just digging that out and trying to get in place, because it's something what I like to do at the start, because we all know water can be a bit tricky just like the paths can. That's why I like to start with paths and water, and obviously the habitat barrier as well, what separates our guests from our animals. Now, like I said earlier, this is for a modded animal. Now, if you're unsure about how to get modded animals, I have actually got a tutorial on the channel, and there's many other tutorials out there as well how to get mods in this game. Now, add some coral pieces. This disclaimer, these are not my pieces, I did not create these, but they're absolutely amazing, so I will leave a link down below in the description box of this creator's page on the Steam workshop. I added the coral pieces to both sides to give it more of a symmetry look. Love a bit of symmetry, me, love it. Add a bit of rock work of my own as well, and this is how it came out looking. Now, here's just a close look at the coral. Like I said before, it's absolutely amazing. Now let's finish off some of the rock work, shall we? So let's start with these rocks, and I love these because if you dig them into the ground, they kind of look like pebbles, don't they? Let's add a little like bridge, would you call it? I think our animals can actually swim under these. I think the hitbox just allows the animals to swim under these. Now, if you don't want to use mods in Planet Zoo, that's very understandable. But you are missing out on a load of amazing creators who create mods. In fact, the creator what created this mod, what I'm building a habitat for today, the sea turtle, is called Leaf. He has his own YouTube channel as well, and I will leave his YouTube channel in the description below. Once the not underwater viewing really, is it? Well, I suppose the guests can still view it underwater, but once the main like foliage pieces and rock work was done under the water, I wanted to create kind of like a two-way shelter. Now, what I mean by that is creating a shelter for our animals, but also creating a shelter for our guests, and I did that by using quite simply these pieces you can see here, and put like a little cap on the end of the wood as well, and just use the rotational trick just to rotate them all the way around until I got a nice full circle, and I had a nice shaded area what counts as a hard shelter as well for the animals, but also gives the look of hard shelter for the guest in case it does rain. And I think it really does come out looking pretty good. Now, if you do like the look of this habitat and you want to have this habitat in your own zoos, then down below in the description box, you guessed it, there's another link, that link being to my workshop page. Now you can download this habitat from there and have it in your own zoos if you wish to do so. So I'm just trying to get this in place really. It was a little bit fiddly. I thought I'll have it on the left hand side and then change my mind. I thought I'll have it on the right hand side. We do end up creating it as a whole on the left, and then we transfer it to the right, and I do end up changing the colour of the wood as well to more kind of like a beech wood, would you call it? And I do use that colour of wood throughout the build, as you would have seen in the trailer at the start, and you will see towards the end of this video. And as you probably noticed, I have gone with the more modern look, and I tend to do this in every creation. I mean, I really need to stop creating modern things, but I just enjoy it, and I think it just suits zoos really well. Time to add support beams for this shelter. And I've actually made these support beams before, so I saved them as a blueprint, and I thought, right, I'm going to use these again, and I know they would come in handy. I really like how they end up looking, and I twist it and I turn it and I end up lining it up, and I do end up like really liking these support beams. I know I sound very enthusiastic about these support beams, but I don't know what it is, but I've not used it much, and I don't really see people use these support beams a lot, and these pieces just all go together. I think they're actually meant to go together because they have got similar names, and they've all got the brackets to go with it as well. So yeah, they look really good, especially if you're creating something modern. So I created one, rotated it, lined it up so it looks like it's actually holding this kind of hard shelter up, so to speak. Added one on the other side. See me just playing around trying to get the angles right here. And yeah, I was really happy with it. So let's just place this last one in now, shall we? Line it up. There we go. Place down. As you can see, it's pretty good. Right, moving on to kind of like, what do you call it, the main structure, the main hard shelter, and where our zookeeper will be able to enter to be able to feed and top up our enrichment items for our lovely sea turtles. Or in your case, if you're not using mods, any aquatic animal you would like would fit in this habitat really, wouldn't it? I wanted to create, again, keeping it that modern theme, kind of like a little sheltered area here, but an outside sheltered area, and then including an inside shelter area to the left as well. Keeping it modern, keeping it fresh, and keeping it in the same colour themes with this lovely kind of like beach wood, would you call it, like I mentioned before, and then adding the black trims on it as well, giving it that kind of, I wouldn't call it more realistic, but more finished look. Let's call it that, more finished look. And then we end up just adjusting a few things here, as you can see me doing, and playing with a couple of ideas. And I did struggle how I wanted to have this like building looking, and you see me just deleting it. And I would advise this as well, if you're really struggling to figure out something, just keep at it. Don't give up and think, right, I'm closing Planet Zoo down. Don't do that, honestly. Keep at it. Perseverance is what I always say, and a lot of patience with Planet Zoo. Believe me, I have more than 1,000 hours in this game, and I'm still learning things this day, and I'm still getting frustrated with things to this day. Let's have a little conversation about the Wetlands Animal Pack. I've created a habitat now for every animal what was included in the new Wetlands Animal Pack. I say new, but it's not really new no more. I think people are already looking forward to what's coming next. People are speculating it's going to be some kind of aviary pack. I've seen that idea thrown around a lot. Me myself, I haven't got a clue. Honestly, I'll be happy with whatever Planet Zoo do. But I do know that next pack, it's got to include building pieces. And if you know me, this is more like a building simulator to me, this game now, rather than a zoo game and a management game. So I am looking forward to having new building pieces, because that's normally how it goes. Normally you get an animal pack and then like a full DLC pack including new building pieces. I am really excited to see what they do come out with as well. What do you think the next pack will be? Leave a comment down below. Let me know. Let's have some speculation thrown around, shall we, in that comment section. And if you do like this habitat, remember it is on the Steam Workshop. I know I mentioned that already. I've got quite a lot of positive feedback on the Steam Workshop stuff lately. I created like kind of like a fairy tale scene, what Planet Zoo themselves ended up actually retweeting and posting on Instagram, and it's got a lot of positive feedback. If you're one of them people who's given me some positive feedback, whether it be on here on YouTube or over on the Steam Workshop, honestly, thank you. I don't think people understand from a creator's point of view how meaningful positive feedback is. Just saying, oh, I really enjoyed the habitat, or I really like your style of building, or yeah, really great speed build video, add them over on YouTube. Honestly, I don't think people realise how much it means to creators. So even other creators as well, there's loads of lovely Planet Zoo creators out there. Make sure you drop them a comment, drop them a like, show them that you do appreciate what they're creating and what they're building, and appreciate their content. Honestly, it does mean a lot to all of us, and I think I speak for all content creators with that one. Now, just finishing this off, you can see I added some extra support beams, just trying to make it look a little bit more realistic, that it would actually work and it just won't be floating, and gravity, like gravity does actually have a thing in the Planet Zoo world. And then it was time to add you would actually call these the habitat barrier. They are custom barriers, so we do end up adding some custom barriers. I did think about adding the in-game habitat barriers, but this just looks way better and it still keeps the animals in, so don't worry about the animals escaping. You don't have to change any kind of weird setting in sandbox mode. They will stay in the habitat. yeah, added a little planter and added this lovely like tropical foliage. As you can see, this whole build has got tropical foliage. We've got palm trees, we've got like aquatic rocks, what kind of really work with that tropical theme as well. So added some tropical foliage, added a planter, stuck a mesh piece, the wooden mesh piece in there, and boom, you've got a habitat barrier. All I have to do then is simply duplicate and copy that over and line them all up until we've got the area we want designated and in for our animals. And yeah, bit of disclaimer, because these are a modded animal, do I dare say they look a bit silly? I wouldn't say silly, but they do have quite a lot of trouble with the movement, and they don't really work as authentic as you would, as I would wish, really, as a turtle. But they're actually based on the grey seal, I believe, reading on Nexus Mods. But Leaf always does amazing jobs. I'm not taking anything away from him. Honestly, I don't know how he does it. It blows my mind. He's amazing. So go check him out. Remember, the links are in the description below. I did these other mesh pieces as well, just trying to finish the look. And as you can see, I added some speakers around the education board. And that is it. That is the video over. Thank you for tuning in. My name's Adam. I hope you have a wonderful day. Subscribe if you're new, hit that like button, and I will catch you in the next Planet Zoo video.